We're all busy. Busy has become this badge of honor that we wear as if our whole existence depended on it. Our minds are overwhelmed by a ceaseless tide of information. We run around devouring every piece of data thrown at us. We can't stand still. We can't take a breath without feeling that somehow we're throwing our lives away. Hi, I'm Teresa Neves, and today I'll be talking about how this way of operating in the world goes against what I believe to be a meaningful life. It deeply affects me when I allow myself to be swept away by the cult of busyness and information overload that exists today. It creates a thick fog that prevents me from finding mental clarity and living in line with my values and beliefs. Lately, I've been feeling the fog rolling in, so I need to take a step back and reevaluate where I'm at. The cult of busyness. The cult of busyness affirms that the only life worth living is one of continuous application. Every minute of every day should be filled with activities. We live in a time that values busyness as a status symbol. How busy we are is a signal of our worth to ourselves and others. But packing our day with as much as possible doesn't leave room for us to reflect on what's actually going on in our lives. We need time to digest the overload of stimuli that we get bombarded with each day. The cult of busyness leaves me feeling empty as I go rushing from one thing to another, always chasing results instead of enjoying the process. It drives my attention away from the present moment. It makes me less mindful. I believe that where I choose to place the flow of energy that is my attention creates my reality. When I focus my attention on the future, I end up missing the present moment. When I rush life, I don't savor what's in front of me. Information overload. But the cult of busyness is just one piece of the puzzle of why I've been feeling lost lately. We're living in a time where information overload is rampant, and this is detrimental to our mental well-being. We're constantly getting raided by information. The input of data that we're exposed to exceeds our attentions and our perceptions processing capacity. We're not equipped to deal with the cognitive load that the modern world demands from us, and this leads to overwhelm and anxiety. To be able to have our own ideas, we need time to think and process the information that we gather from what is external and run it through our own filters. If we don't find the time to reflect on what we consume, it's impossible to make it our own. Thinking and figuring out for ourselves what our truth is, it's a hard enough process in and of itself. And with the pressures of the cult of busyness and information overload, it is very easy to fall into the trap of accepting other people's thoughts and ideas without actually validating them through the lens of our own values and beliefs, making it harder to live in accordance with our own truth. Eleanor Roosevelt said that when you adopt the standards and values of someone else, you surrender your own integrity and become, to the extent of your surrender, less of a human being. The need for solitude. To me, solitude is a choice of being alone with my thoughts. In a world that demands that we're always busy, where information is launched at us at every moment, it might seem impossible to find the time to slow down and absorb what's going on in our lives, to have our own thoughts. For as long as I can remember, I've always needed time alone to recalibrate, to gather my thoughts and reflect on what's going on in my life, to question if I'm living in accordance to my values and what is important to me, and why I'm doing the things I'm doing. And whenever I go through moments where I don't carve out these pockets of time for myself, I find it very hard to have mental clarity and make good decisions. It becomes easy to get lost in the blitz of information that overflows me every day, to confuse other people's opinions for my own. I need to slow down, have time alone with my thoughts to digest the information overload and make my inner voice audible. Solitude can be a cabin in the woods where you're physically removed from other people, but it doesn't necessarily have to be so. It's about finding moments in our day where we can be with our thoughts. It's going for a cup of coffee with our journal and writing down our thoughts. It's waking up 10 minutes early and meditating before everyone in the house gets up. It's going for a walk after lunch and letting your mind wander. I find that there are enormous benefits in slowing down and being with my thoughts. I get to know myself better. I get in touch with my inner voice and what's truly important to me. I get to figure out what my beliefs and values are and how to live in accordance with them. I become less anxious and less prone to overwhelm. Slowing down helps me find mental clarity and ultimately live a healthier and happier life. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.